the only player in the history of Illinois golf to win the Chicago Open, Illinois MiPGA, and the Illinois Match Play. He was also a 4-time Big Ten champion in his younger days. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in congratulating Mr. Bob Ackerman.
Thanks, John, for that kind introduction. Really appreciate the honor. It's nice to be recognized. You know, it gives you a chance to reflect on all the people that have influenced your career. You know, you're thinking back. And you know, there's a couple guys in here. Dave Van Loosen, you know, I'm a full-time teaching pro right now, and you know, a few years ago, I'm thinking, you know, how can I be a better teacher? I said, just teach like Dave Van Loosen. So I want to thank you, Dave. Mike Husby's been recognized with Scott. I've been to Big Meadows. I missed the cut a couple years ago at the Michigan Open, so I co-hosted her at Western. So I drive around the corner from I was staying in an Airbnb, and yeah, this place is nice, you know. So I knocked on the door. Mike Husby answers the door. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Yeah, hey, can I get some balls? Yeah, come on over here. He showed me around. And here's the best turf. And, you know, it's those kind of people that really make you feel good about being in the PGA of America. And I appreciate that. It's what it really is all about. I'd like to, you know, recognize my parents. My dad was the club champion at the little course I grew up on. It's called Pebblewood now. It's a 5,500 yard course, par 68. And my dad was the club champion there 30 straight years. My mother ran the ladies golf league there, and she also ran the junior golf program. And so I come from this really, I got a pedigree in other words. And my high school team, we won the state championship, and I was the medalist in the high school state championship, you know, because of my parents. I got a scholarship to go to Indiana University, and my golf coach in my sophomore year, I was really struggling like we all do as golfers. And I went up to him and said, Coach, I'm playing so bad, I don't play me in the next match. And he went, you're playing. And he knew I just needed more experience. And so I played every match from then on in my college career. And the team that I played on at IU, we won a Big Ten. The 3 years that I played on the team. In my senior year, I was co-medalist in the Big Ten with my teammate Gary Binninger. So I've got 4 Big Ten medals at my house. And I was second team college All-American. So without my golf coach, a PGA member, you know, getting in my face, a young kid, insecure, you know, I don't know if that would have ever happened. Now I turned pro out of college, and the PGA pros in southwestern Michigan, Tom Lehman at Lake Michigan Golf Hills, Tim Sawitsky and Eddie Brown at Bearing Hills Country Club, Bob Meyer at Orchard Hills Country Club. Those guys bent over backwards just to help me with my playing career. You know, never charged me for lessons, never charged me to play their course, free access. You know, really guys that set an example for guys like me when I see young people coming up. Also Gary Groh. Gary Groh's my brother-in-law. He won the Hawaiian Open in 1975. He played the tour for about 10 years. Bent over backwards to give me equipment, help me with my game. Every time he was in town, he included me. We played together. It was just, when I reflect on all that, how much help that I had in support, it's just fantastic. It says so much for PGA members. And there's a lot more, but there's a couple others that really made a big impact on my life, you know, really life-changing. And you mentioned that I won the Michigan Senior Open and the Michigan Open the same year. It's a unique accomplishment, and I was watching the Golf Channel that year in the winter. I'm sitting on a couch, and It's Dana Quigley and Jim McLean. And I used to play mini tour golf with those two guys. In fact, I borrowed Jim McLean's sport coat to stand up to be best man at Dana Quigley's wedding. You know, at a little motel out in Scottsdale, Arizona, where the owner of the motel was an ordained minister. And McLean pulled his sport coat out of the trunk of his car. He was in a wad. Okay, he pulls it out, and it was totally wrinkled. So I'm sitting there looking at these guys. You know, one's a famous instructor, and the other one's doing great on the Champions Tour. In fact, Dana Quigley, last time I looked, was the 6th all-time leading money winner on the Champions Tour. And when Dana Quigley was 50, he was broke. If you want to hear a good comeback story, study Dana Quigley. So anyway, McLean's on the golf channel, he's going into all this detail about the golf swing, you know, and all this fancy stuff. And Quigley looks at him and says, you know, if I had to think about all that stuff when I was playing, I'd be a 12 handicapper. And so Dana says, if I happen to miss a shot, it's probably because I just took my eye off the ball. And so I'm like thinking, is it that simple? Well, guess what? You know what I was thinking about when I won the Michigan Senior Open and the Michigan Open in the same year? Keep my eye on the ball. So that's the impact that those two guys had on my game. And then one other golf pro that I'd like to recognize is Rob Brown. He was the head pro at Minnetonka Club in Minneapolis, and it was in 1979. I was at a real low point in my career, and I was thinking about getting out of the golf business because I was just trying to play. And but I sent an application in, got interviewed, they hired me. Rob says, meet me at the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando the end of January. And I said, okay. So I meet him down there. I'm in Florida for 3 days. He says, you know, Bob, there's a guy that wants to sell his spot in this PGA Club Pro Series a bit. Do you want to buy it? I said, okay. So I gave the guy $300, teed it up at Disney World, the pound course, and I won the tournament. I won $3,000, which at that time, for me, was like $3 million. I couldn't believe it. I haven't played golf in like 4 months. So if it hadn't been for Rob Brown hiring me and meeting me at the merchandise show, I would have never won that tournament. They gave me so much confidence. I went on a tear for a year and a half, played the best golf of my life. I was a Minnesota PGA Player of the Year. I went into another PGA Club Pro Series tournament in Florida. And next year I worked for Georgesburg Detroit Golf Club. I qualified to play in the U.S. Open. And so we're playing at Marion, and it's Tuesday, and guess what? I see Dana Quigley. He qualified too. Dana says, hey Bobby, you want to play a practice round tomorrow? I said, sure. I said, what time? He said, how's 10 o'clock? I said, sure. So the next day, I get down the range at 9 o'clock, I'm hitting balls, and down comes Arnold Palmer. I'm thinking, man, there's Arnold Palmer. And then the next thing I hear Dana. And Dana's really chatty, okay? And he goes over to Palmer's caddy and says, does the man have a game today? And I'm thinking, oh my God, Dana just asked Arnold Palmer's caddy if we can play with him. I'm standing over, I'm still warming up, and so I hear the caddy talk to Palmer, and I hear Arnold say, yeah, we can do that. I said, oh my God, I'm going to play practice round with Arnold Palmer in the U.S. Open. And so, if it hadn't been for Dana Quigley, that would have never happened. So we played Arnold Palmer and George Burns at $20 Nassau. I played great, and the next day I go out and I shoot 68. I'm in 3rd place after the first round of the U.S. Open. And so the impact that those people have had on my game is just, it's more than a coincidence. And I got to recognize one more person, that would be Mike Ackerman, through the PGA Education Program, which has had a big impact on my life. It's just fantastic. What I've learned from him as a player, I can relate to a couple of tournaments that I won the Illinois Open and the Illinois PGA, directly using his ideas. And then also as a teacher, he's made my teaching so much more enjoyable, so much more effective. So I would be remiss if I didn't recognize Mike Ackerman. So that with the PGA education program, the tournament programs in the section and at the national level, that has allowed me to satisfy my competitive instincts. For me, it's always been about playing golf, and it still is. And I just want to thank the PGA for giving me the opportunity to do that. So congratulations to all the winners. I really enjoyed the evening. Thank you very much.